So guys, we're starting with the skirt first. I'm going to fold it like so, triangular form. I'm trying to get my waist measurement here. You need to measure it to see if you got the exact waist measurement. Remember, you're going to add your 2 inches zipper allowance. Time to cut out. I'm getting my full length. Mine hasn't 1 inch. I'm using a waistband of 1 inch. That's why I'm taking off just 1 inch. You can make use of 2 inches waistband if you want. So this skirt, I'm going to put a strap on this dress. So I'm measuring 4 inches, and I'm going to cut it out. Four inches is not a standard measurement. If you wish to use 5 inches, you can. Now I'm going to, the one I want to cut out is 2 inches. I'm going to measure it all the way down. 2 inches, 2 inches. If you want to extend yours, you can extend. I just want mine to be 2 inches. Now I'm cutting out. This is where the strap is going to be. I'm not making use of this again. I'm throwing it away. This is how I'm going to put the strap on the skirt. We are cutting the top now, taking my shoulder measurement divided by 2. I'm getting my chest line. And then my full length. This top is going to have a scallop, so I'm leaving 1 inch allowance at the hem part. Placing my shoulder measurement at the chest line. I'm going to make use of 3 inches for my neck width and 3 inches for neck depth for the front part. Then I'm taking 1 inch for the back neck depth. I'm cutting both back and front together. So I folded the fabric into 4. Taking my shoulder slope by ½ inch, connecting the armhole, connecting the shoulder slope to meet the neckline. Taking half of the armhole measurement, going in by ½ inch for the front neckline. I'm connecting it now. So this is how I'm connecting the back one. We don't go in by ½ inch, you just connect it straight like so. Taking my bust measurement plus 2 inches sewing allowance, my waist measurement plus 2 inches sewing allowance. This top is a free top, so I'm not going to add that to it. And I added extra 4 inches for ease. There's no zipper allowance on this top. This scallop, I'm making use of 2 inches to 2 inches to 2 inches for the scallop. And I'm going up by 2 inches. At that part I created the 2 inches. I'm going up by 2 inches. I'm going to start connecting my scallop like so. Watch carefully. If you have other means you can use to get the exact curve, you can make use of it. So I'm using my hands free to connect the scallop carefully. And to carefully connect it. Remember at the hem part you leave at least 1 inch or half inch for the scallop. Okay? I think half inch will do, but to be on the safe side I made use of 1. So when you get to this part, you just mark it straight because the material is finished. The measurement it's finished, yeah? There's nothing left there, you just mark it straight. So I'm cutting carefully. Like so. So when you get to the last scallop, you cut it straight the way I marked the check. You cut it like so. And this is the look. Now I'm cutting out the back neckline first. Cutting the shoulder slope. Don't cut in the front part. Cut the back one first. The back armhole first. Now I need to separate the back piece from the front piece. Now I'm cutting out the armhole of the front piece. Cutting the neckline. There's a slit at the front part. It's not going to have a zipper. So I measured 3 inches to create a slit. You can sew it first before cutting if that would be easy for you. Or you can cut it this way before sewing. I'm measuring the armhole to use it for my sleeve. So this is the look of the dress. I folded my fabric into 4 because I want to cut the 2 sleeves together. This is the measurement I'm making use of plus sewing allowance 15 inches. If you want yours to be shorter, you can. If you don't know how to cut a perfect sleeve, watch this carefully and learn how to cut a perfect sleeve. I came down by 4 inches. I'm connecting the line and I'm slanting another line this way. I'm getting the midpoint of this slanted line. Coming up by half inch, going down by half inch, and I connected. Cutting out now. So remember, you still add extra 1 inch for the scallop, okay? So I added another 1 inch for scallop. I'm marking same 2 inches all the way down. And then I'm going up by 2 inches again. At those points I marked 2 inches. So I'll connect my scallop like so. You connect to mark to meet the 2 inches you marked at the top. Okay, this is how you connect it until you get to the last part of the drawers. My chalk is not doing justice at all to this scallop. Well, make sure you mark it very well, and as you're cutting, make sure you cut carefully. I'm opening it because I folded it by 4. The sleeve is ready. I'm trying to place it on another fabric to cut out the lining. This is what I did for all of them.
I cut out the interfacing. I'm using the same fabric for the interfacing because if I turn it with lining, it will definitely show. There's no how I can iron it inside, so that's why I'm making use of the same material for the interfacing. So I'm going to stitch it all the way. So I did the same thing on the sleeve. I cut out the same material for the interfacing. I've turned the lining. This is the front part, and I created the opening. This is the back. These are the sleeves. So the next thing I'm going to do is to take my body measurement, bust divide by 2, waist divide by 2, and then I'll connect it and join it together. And then for the sleeve, I'll first stitch here, close this, okay, so that it doesn't disturb me when sewing. After closing it, I'm going to join it. I'm going to join the sleeve with 1 inch. It's a free sleeve, so I'm going to join it with 1 inch and then attach. After joining, I'll just stitch the shoulder, the side, and then attach my sleeve. After doing it, I'm going to show you how it looks. Hey guys, I'm done fixing the top. I've fixed the 2 shoulders. I used the body measurement for the sides, and then I fixed the sleeve as well. This is the outcome. The top is all ready now. The top is ready. So the next thing we are going to work on is the skirt. I'm going to show you how we'll start with the skirt. These are straps of 2.5 inches weight that I've cut out for the skirt. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this strap like so. And then I'll run a stitch all the way down. I'm going to fold all of this way. After folding it, I'll come and show you guys what we are using it for. Okay guys, I've sewn the straps. Okay, this is what I've got, and I cut it by 6 inches. You can make yours, you can cut yours 7 inches depending on how long you want it to be. If you want your skirt longer, you can extend the strap. So after cutting it, folding and cutting it by 6 inches, I had to tie it this way to get this knot here. This is how I did it. I tied it this way, and then I just want it to be a little bit of fancy. That's why I tied it. So I got all of this. What I'm going to do next is create this space. This gap here is around, I want a gap of 3 inches. If you want it more, you can extend it, but I just want mine to be 3 inches. Okay, I want mine to be 3 inches. I'm going to leave a space of 2.5 inches here, and then these straps I'm going to give space of 3 inches until I get to the down. The reason I'm leaving 2.5 inches here is I'm going to attach the 2 sides with 1 inch, and then the 1.5 that is remaining here plus 1.5 that will be remaining at the other part, when I join it together, it will give me 3 inches. So I'm going to do it this way. Leave 1 strap here. As I'm sewing, I'm going to keep it this way, so, and then it will now turn this way, and I will sew this one too, like so. After attaching all these things, I'm going to tell you the next thing we will do. This is how I'm going to attach it all the way down by 3 inches. After attaching it, I'll still bring it back and show you guys how I did it. All right, and then show you the next thing we'll do. Hi guys, I've added the straps. This is how it looks now. So one thing I want you to notice while marking your lines that will indicate where you're going to add your straps, you need to make sure that you make use of your tape and then everything is accurate. What I cut out here, you know, as you're cutting flail, the more you extend it, the more measurement increases. So when I cut out this place, the measurement increased. This one became longer than this. So you make sure as you're using your tape, make sure the both are equal, they are aligning. Where you're placing this strap is exactly where you're going to place this one, so that at the end, after fixing your strap, your clothes will not turn kind of bend. It won't bend. So you have to be very sure and be very careful that you take the accurate measurements. Look at the excess I have. What I was trying to explain to you guys. This became longer than this one. When I was taking the measurement, I realized it is longer. So the excess now, I'm going to cut it off. I have folded in this part. I folded it in, and then this one too. This is how it was after I added the straps. This is how it was. So after adding the straps, I had to now fold it like so and run a stitch down. I did the same thing here. Now at the hem part, if you don't want to fold in yours twice, you can make use of cutting bias. Mine is looking a bit short, so if I had folded it inside twice, it would have given me maybe 2.5 inches, but I didn't want that. And I also wanted to have this bias to give it a little bit of style. That is why I use bias to hem it down. If you don't have bias, you fold it in instead of using bias, but I think bias makes it look more beautiful. The next thing we are going to do now is to close this part. This is the opening part, which is the zipper line. I'm going to close it by 1 inch, and then I'll create space first. I'm going to leave a space of -1 inch. I'm going to create a space of 9 inches where I'll start sewing my zipper. So after closing this place and adding my zipper, the next thing we are going to do is to fix our waistband. I want to use a 1 inch waistband on the skirt. I'm going to cut it out and show you how to go about it. Hi guys, I've attached the zipper to the skirt. I've closed this part now. So the next thing we are going to do is to fix the waistband. This is the waistband I'm making use of, waistband of 1 inch. I cut out 3 inches width, and then fold in 1/2 inch here and 1/2 inch here with an iron, and then brought the two together like so. I close it this way to get this waistband. Before I attach it to my skirt, I'm going to fold it like so, and then I'm going to cut this out. Okay, so I'll start attaching like so. This is how I'm going to attach it all the way. After sewing it, this is going to be the end of the skirt, and I will show you how it looks after sewing. Hey guys, I'm done fixing the waistband. The skirt is ready. This is it. Is this something you would like to try? Kindly share, comment, and like, and also subscribe to the channel. Follow our page.